Before we get this episode started, by the Inspired Disorder Podcast t-shirt, available at inspireddisorder.com/shirt.
If you don't fucking do it, I swear to God.
Keith wants to kill people, and specifically your family, the closest family you have, if you do not purchase the new Inspired Disorder Podcast shirt.
I'm just saying they should fucking buy it, and I won't have to do that.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's your way of encouraging. Let's just say it's a good thing that we don't have kids. But you can help support the podcast by buying the Inspired Disorder Podcast shirt. InspiredDisorder.com/shirt.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool thing
it's
that will
real
save
fucking cool.
your family's life.
Real fucking cool.
Listen, insurance companies would cost you they charge you way more to protect your family. We're not doing that. It's a very cheap. Just buy one shirt. Not everybody in your family wants to, unless you want to protect your extended family, then buy a bunch of shirts. If you have a family reunion coming up, I will gladly fulfill that order.
It could be your family reunion shirt.
Just tell me the quantities
and your entire family will be safe.
I'll send you a quote. InspiredStore.com/shirt. Buy the shirt. Support your life. Support your family. And support the show. And don't forget to use our Amazon link. If you listen to podcasts, you know how this shit works, people. Just go to InspiredDisorder.com/Amazon. There's no banner. There's no link. Just go through that URL. Take you right to Amazon. And we'll get a little percentage of whatever you spend. It doesn't cost you any more. It doesn't cost you any less. But you're supporting the show, shopping on Amazon at the same time. And all you have to do, go through our link.
And you're already ordering shit anyway.
I order shit all the time.
Everyone orders shit all the time.
Tell you what, at the end of the show, I'm giving you a free gift that's going to even help this whole Amazon purchasing thing. So InspiredDisorder.com/Amazon to shop on Amazon, which I know all of you motherfuckers do anyway. So just help us out. Help us out. What?
Hey.
What?
Getting shit. Oh, she's trying to get her bone off.
Oh,
never mind.
Anyway, people.
Yeah.
That's what happens if you don't shop at Amazon.
We get distracted.
This is what happens when we start the podcast. InspiredDisorder.com/Amazon. This is starting. I think we're starting.
We're starting.
That's how it starts.
Push it with your dick, dude.
It worked! I am Ray Taylor. I clearly don't have a regular job. I was never really into comic books growing up. Like, I was a geek.
Well, you should tell your face that, because you look exactly like
I do.
Watch the fights.
Fuck yeah, I watch the fights.
I'm Keith Spurlock. I watch every kind of pornography. I said, all right, counteract my cancer that I'm giving myself.
Right.
I smoke weed after every cigarette.
What were we just fucking talking about? And this is the Inspired Disorder Podcast. I'm not going to allow you to have an opinion on this just because you're wrong.
Is anyone else's podcast about like jerking off and UFC?
And we're back with another episode.
Oh.
I'm so good at singing, Keith. It's amazing.
I can tell.
I know.
I'm surprised you chose art over your singing career.
You know, me too. There's a lot more pathways for singers. Like there's American Idol, American Got Talent. I could move to another country and do like UK's Got Talent.
You can just move to every one of those countries and try their talent.
Just keep going, man. Just got to learn a language and then perform.
I don't even think you got to learn a language.
Probably not.
I saw one of those Get Talent shows where a kid, like an Asian kid, fat Asian kid, sang Mariah Carey in English.
You talking about the dude that was the joke? The joke. What was his name? Back in like the early 2000s. You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Early internet fame person. Mistakenly. It's kind of a weird kind of internet famous person. I can see his face. He was on the singing show America's Voice.
I'm pretty sure he sang Ricky Martin's She Bang,
Bang,
She Bang.
Bang,
She
bang.
Bang.
Yeah. Anyway. Word up to that guy.
Yeah.
Dat fan. The Dat fan
the
of
Dat
music.
fan of...
He didn't win, but anyway. We're doing a podcast, people.
Are we?
If you didn't know what this shit's called. This form of media. Let's just break it down. This form of media is called a podcast. They're audio podcasts. They're video podcasts. We go both ways.
Oh,
we're the bicast.
We're bicastual.
We're bicastual. We're fluid with our media. Sometimes this is just stills. Other times
We're definitely poly.
We are poly. And I'm not just talking about a shitty movie starring Can't think of his name right now.
Ben Stiller.
That's what I said. Don't wear it out. So we're going to talk about new show on Comedy Central called The Roast Battle.
I've heard of that.
Jeff Ross Presents The Roast Battle, I think is the full title. We're going to talk about some comic books that we picked up today. We went to Mile High Comics in Denver, Colorado, the biggest comic book store in the world.
I was there today.
We were both there at the same time.
You were there?
It was a weird coincidence. I wasn't naked, out of my clothes. So we picked up some comics. We're going to talk about those. And, as always, as people know who are used to this show,
we're
we like
to punch
to talk
each other in
about
the face about movies. With
right.
words.
We're verbal violence to bring it back to roast battle. We're gonna use some verbal violence against each other, discussing movies to put up our ultimate movie championship top movie list.
What he said.
And with all of that said,
that's a lot said.
Everything. I just said a lot.
You said it all.
I'm tired.
Take a
little
nap.
bit. Now we got a show to do, bro.
Oh shit.
Roast battle. Let's roast. So this was a show originally started in the belly room of the comedy store in LA, California. It's a show, I think it's Tuesdays, so similar to Kill Tony, which we've mentioned. We've had Tony Hinchcliffe on the show before. We've had Sarah Dresses on the show before. It's a show started by comics that's just not a normal comedy show. It's like rap battle, but with comedy. And they roast each other.
It's very toned down for TV of what it
seems. Well, the belly
room
room in general is a crazy room. And I've been to the Comedy Store. Sarah Tiana, who was one of the roasters, gave myself and my friends there, Yuck and Dogga and Jill, gave us
grand
a
tour.
Yeah, and so then we walked around. It's like a maze. It's a maze of fucking rooms, and this is like the back room. It's a tiny room. I don't know how many seats, maybe like 80 to 100. And it's got a really weird vibe. It's apparently the first room that Mitzi Shore allowed women to do their own shows. So female comedians were able to do that.
How
but before that, the comedy club used to be Ciro's nightclub, owned by the mob, and allegedly the story goes that illegal abortions at the time, were done in the belly room.
Well, if you're a mob boss, you've obviously got mistresses, and you can't have them running around. No. You don't want to wear a condom either.
We all know condoms feel like dog shit. Like, why even have sex? I'd rather jerk off than wear a condom. But apparently, and now they do, the Comedy Store has a Comedy Store podcast. It's filmed, that's recorded in the basement. I don't know if they do video or not, but it's in the basement, and apparently that's where they buried all of the dead fetusi.
Well, why would you bury them in the basement?
Well, because there's already like a hole open for bodies. Because it's Ciro's nightclub, maybe it's basement. I don't know. It's supposed to be a haunted place, and you can feel an energy going into that room. I mean, I heard some things before I went in there, so yeah, probably a little bit of a, what is that called? A placebo effect of negativity. But fucking crazy show. And I was super high and super drunk when I was there too, so it was weird. But anyway, so this is a show started there in the belly room, which is kind of an odd name considering that's where women first started performing, and also where they used to get rid of their unwanted children.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. It was a show, later got picked up Comedy Central. Jeff Ross has always been kind of a part of it. They moved to, one of the original guys moved to New York to start it out in New York. And then
I think there was like a falling out.
Kind of, but I think they
moved.
mended shit. I don't know. I don't know the drama behind it. But so they decided, Comedy Central picked it up. They did a show, and it's kind of a tournament. I mean, I think they normally do a tournament, yeah, but they reformatted it slightly. I didn't mind it because, I don't know, it felt fine. As opposed to, there's a podcast for the show called Verbal Violence on the Deathsquad Network. I've listened to that, and that's really cut down. Like, they'll kind of highlight a few moments from maybe the last
barely
one.
a roast battle.
Yeah, so it's like a weird teaser podcast compared to the show, but we'll get into the show real quick. So the first episode, I think was it this one? Sam Morril versus Steve Renazizi. Was that like the very first?
I don't think
that
it was the second one.
Trevor Wilson. Oh wait, but it was that night.
I'm not sure.
Oh, let's just start. We'll just start with Steve Renazizi versus Sam Morril. I guess Sam is a comic from New York. Steve, famously from The League. Also, maybe not as famously known, but known for lying about being at 9/11 in the Twin Towers during 9/11. Probably. Well, first we watched like a Road to the Roast Battle, which is like you see some of these comics, like you see Sam Morril, like you see his battles at wherever the fuck they were, whatever state they were at. So they kind of introduced the less famous people.
There were some of them that had to
pre-show.
fight to get on there, and then others were just people
just
like
famous.
Yeah.
They're on the League or
or writers.
Ralphie May
Yeah.
Did Ralphie May compete before that? That was the first time he was on, right?
I think.
Yeah. I don't think Ralphie May would have had to compete. Anyway, so Sam Morril versus Steve Renazizi, probably the worst of the battles. This is like the saddest.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. Steve comes out of the gate
and just
forgets. It's a long, so many words.
Fumbled it right in the middle and then just...
One thing you notice, like, anytime any of these comics have, like, super long, like,
you lose
wordy,
the steam.
Yeah, well, and it's, like, it's so wordy. It's the first time you're saying it, kind of aside from just backstage or whatever. So it's like...
And if you got quick ones, like a few of them would fit like 2 or 3 in if they had real quick good ones.
It was structured weird. It's like somebody says something, and then sometimes comics would have a quick comeback, like a rebuttal or whatever. And then that would be like their kind of ramp in, and then they could do their joke. And then sometimes it would almost kind of go back and forth a little bit. It was really cool. I enjoyed the format a lot. I thought it was fun to see comics talk shit about each other, roast each other, not in the general roast style when you see it. So you can almost see, like, especially when like Sarah Tiana does it or Tony does it, like the structure of how they say things is so much in that roast style, like they're on the dais and they're roasting fucking somebody. But yeah, Steve Renazizi versus Sam Morril is kind of a boring one. Sam Morril, did it go to a tiebreaker at the end? And it was a dog shit tiebreaker? I don't know. Anyway, Sam Morril won. Yeah, Steve Renazizi, he's I've never seen him do stand up, but he's a legit stand up. He's not like he's not like an actor that got into stand up
he's
after
a stand-up who got into
he just got picked up in a show. So the next one is Sarah Tiana versus Chris Cubis. Sarah, I mean, just overall good comeback. She wrote for the roast.
Yeah. Or the burn.
The burn, which I went and saw one of the episodes, the recordings of that. I think it was the 9/11 one. I don't think I've ever seen it on TV. Or seen it, that episode. But it was good. She kind of crushed Chris. He kind of stumbled a little bit, I think.
I think that was close, but she's way better.
Remember who the judges were for this one?
Couldn't tell you.
Steve Renazizi versus, so the next one was Earl Skakel versus Tom Ballard.
Ballard.
Yeah. He's a Aussie comic. Homosexual. He's of the gay persuasion.
Yes.
Earl seems to be non-binary.
Earl is from the
so.
professional wrestling persuasion.
Yeah. He came out, which he's one of the few guys that does the actual roast battle in LA on a regular basis.
Well, he was part of the sideshow of it too.
He wasn't part of the wave.
No, he was
was one of the judges. He's one of the best. Oh yeah, the racist. Yeah. He was like a racist heckler kind of guy or whatever. Yeah, but he was also competed all the time too.
Yeah.
But he's always at the Comedy Store. I saw him when I was at the Comedy Store. I didn't get to meet him, but I didn't know who the fuck he was at the time. Not that he's like huge and big, and I know all about him now. But it was cool to see him win that first, and I thought he legitimately won that first roast battle against Sam or Tom. Sam's what they call him outside of the clubs. And then we went to Jimmy Carr. I think he won the last one or something like that. He does really well in these roast battle tournaments, which they've done. This is the first like actual roast battle.
Yeah,
one.
it was him up against that girl with the voice.
Yeah, super
Super
cartoony,
yeah.
cartoony, childish.
Well, I mean,
female voice.
That girl's gonna get good money just for doing voiceovers. Jimmy Carr, I thought crushed it.
Yeah. So Jimmy Carr wins it in the first. So on to another episode where it was Ralphie May versus Miss Pat. The true test of the stage rigidity was tested in that battle of roasting. I mean, Miss Pat seemed like she was new to the whole thing. She seemed, she kind of did good. She kind of did good. All of her jokes seemed to be fat jokes, though. She didn't really diversify.
Just fatting each other.
Yeah, but Ralphie had the gorilla one where it's like kind of a racial joke, too. Well, not really. I guess the gorilla killed himself. That's just more of like an ugly joke or fear for your life joke. I don't know what kind of joke that is. Probably that's the best Ralphie May joke, I think, out of the whole Shamrock, all the his 2 rounds that he was in. But Ralphie won it, and I think it was for that joke. And later the ambulance came to pick up Miss Pat, and then she went back home. But I think she'll do good. She was on Bert Kreischer's Bertcast talking about it, and it seemed like she enjoyed it. She'll try and do, if they do another episode, another season. Do you think they should do another season?
Yeah, from what I saw, why not?
I don't watch a lot of. I love Comedy Central when I had cable growing up. You got to see comics, you got to see a lot of stand up, you got to see a bunch of comedy shows. South Park. This would have been a cool show. I mean, still a cool show to see, but it's like I enjoy it for Comedy Central. It's a new kind of comedy thing. So then we have Matthew Bassard, who I just saw a clip. He was on some late night show doing like a 5-minute set. And I saw it just like a day or two before I watched this. Versus Mike Lawrence, who I think is a writer for a bunch of comedy shows. Mike Lawrence won it.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
He's good.
Bassard was great.
Yeah,
you could see. I think he like lost to Jimmy Carr last year or something like that. So he does well in those things. But Mike Lawrence was a beast. He's fucking. He had like all the different kind of categories where you have like the rebuttal, you have the fucking solid joke, and then you have some other shit. He had all that, and they were all like solid, like all of his comebacks and everything. Then we had Mark Norman versus Tony Hinchcliffe from Kill Tony. Mark Norman, I've heard he's been on a bunch of podcasts.
And the Golden Pony took it.
Mark Norman, one of his jokes was that he beats Tony Hinchcliffe, kind of a through line through some of the other roasts, which is kind of funny because Tony's like Tony.
Yeah.
So then it's Olivia Grace versus Kay Trevor Wilson, and Grace, I guess, cut her leg.
Yeah.
The night before, she had to come out on
in a wheelchair.
This is Whoopi Goldberg and what's the fuck his name? What's the comic's name? God damn it! He's a great comic. He's got a bunch of specials on Netflix. Talk shit about everybody.
David Tell?
No, David Tell wasn't a judge on any of these episodes. It's like the worst guess ever. What the fuck? I just scroll down. Oh my goodness. Where did it go? So anyway, Trevor won it because he made Whoopi pee more.
Yeah. He made her pee more.
Yeah.
It's a strange way of like judging, but I guess.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. What the fuck, man? Roast battle. There we go. I think that was the last one.
Yeah. And then the second round.
So second round for the next episode, Sarah Tiana versus Sam Morril. Sarah destroyed him. Skakel versus Jimmy Carr. This was kind of a controversial one.
Yeah, I thought
Very controversial.
I thought it was very, very close, but I thought
Jimmy Carr won it.
Yeah.
But
Earl's theatrics,
yeah,
I think carried
he
him.
bombed his last joke. So kind of the formats, they kind of go back and forth. One guy gets a joke, the other guy gets a joke. They do that like 3 or 4 times.
Wasn't theirs the overtime one?
That was one of them. I think there was like 2 overtimes they did. But yeah, that was one. That was Jimmy Kimmel and Seth Rogen were the judges on that one. Yeah, and they won another one, and Earl kind of bombed the second one too, but they kind of already had their mind set up.
Yeah.
They were going to have him, which is controversial, but good on Earl to beat the former champion from last year to move on to the semifinals. And then from the next day, it was Tony Hinchcliffe versus Kay Trevor. Tony comes out in a suit of armor.
Yes, he did.
Controversial, I think. I don't know if it helped him. It was weird for me.
I don't think
it's
it
like,
did.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would play to like somebody that doesn't know who the fuck he is.
I mean, I thought he lost that too.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He tripped up a little bit, it seemed. It's kind of weird.
Might be a little
the
uncomfortable
bravado
in a suit of armor.
That too, for sure. But like kind of the bravado of Tony and Sarah that both write roast jokes. Like kind of just the attitude they come on stage with is very different. But yeah, Kay Trevor beat Tony. Ralphie May versus Mike Lawrence. Probably the most devastating joke to be said on the whole roast battle was the last one he gave to Ralphie. But there was, I mean, you know, he did his research. Very personal jokes, Mike Lawrence. Ralphie May going through a divorce.
Well, Ralphie's made
problems.
a lot of stuff very public in certain ways.
Oh, for sure. But it's, you know, it's a lot. Some of these were like surface level, like you look like kind of shit, which is just like I see you, versus, you know, you could do the fat joke, which was a fat joke.
Yeah.
It's like that's the only reason I'm talking about this is because these other things. So it was probably the best fat joke you could write against Ralphie May.
Yeah.
Like the best. And Mike Lawrence, for sure, the most homeless looking dude.
Oh, God.
Like,
very, very caveman-esque.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of looks like you in that picture.
Sure.
Glasses, beard.
He doesn't look that bad in that picture. He looks cleaned up compared to the show. So then it ended up being in the the semifinals. Earl Skakel versus Sarah Tiana, which they're both from the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
They've known each other for like a decade.
Well, she was like, and Earl has sent me dick pics.
Yeah, exactly. We have yeah. And she's like a professional roast writer versus just a dude that goes up at the Comedy Store during roast battle. So Sarah won it pretty handily, I thought.
Yeah.
And then Mike Lawrence versus Kay Trevor. Pretty close. That was
pretty close.
Compared to the other Mike Lawrence ones, he pretty much destroyed the other ones. Pretty close.
But I thought the bulk of his performance probably carried him over, too.
Yeah, he's the most consistent by far as hilarious. So Sarah and Mike go up in the finals, and Mike, he wins it. Didn't destroy, I don't think. There were some really, really like deep cutting.
Just look it up. People would go on the Comedy Central app or Hulu or whatever. Fucking watch that shit. Yeah.
The roast battle, if you're in LA, go watch it Tuesdays. I guess the lines are ridiculous now.
I don't think it's in the belly room. It's in the main room now.
That makes sense. So yeah, but still, go watch it. The Wave, I thought, was hilarious. I love The Wave. They kind of did more throughout the show.
Yeah.
Which is what are their names? It's Willie Hunter, who writes
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Watkins, and then
I don't know the last dude. The dude that
probably
was
the
doing
best one.
backflips and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, probably the best one. I don't think he promoted his stuff, but he's probably going to be working with Kevin Hart pretty soon.
He offered him a job.
Yeah. So go watch the roast battle on Comedy Central. Comedy Central app. Last time we checked, they had all of them except for the last episode. But you could probably find them other places. But it was fun. Good to see a bunch of people that we know from other things. On a Comedy Central show, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, kind of like
it's nice.
This Is Not Happening shit.
We were listening to all the Deathsquad podcasts and all the Comedy Store people's podcasts, and I remember hearing about the roast battle when it first started.
It was like the big thing at the Comedy Store,
and then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
I think it started. It started before. I think it started around Kill Tony time, so it's probably a few years.
Yeah.
But it's right when Rogan came back to the Comedy Store, and like Joey Diaz came back, and like Ron White moved to L.A., and like now the Comedy Store is like a huge thing, and that was the show to go see.
Oh yeah.
Which to see it in the belly room is probably the best way to see it. Like out of every room in the Comedy Store,
I'm sure, but
you gotta hope it tanks and they just keep going. Then you can see it back. No, that would be horrible. So we went to the comedy book store.
The comedy book store?
Yeah, it's what comics are short for, bro. Comic BD book stores.
Comic BD?
Don't judge my
Comic BD?
I'm just very happy about thin books with illustrations. So you go first. You got the bulk of the
You're
books.
a bulk.
So,
all right.
And then after this, we're gonna do our Ultimate Movie Championship.
All right. I picked up some stuff from the dollar bin, one new book, and I just bought an old book. This first one's XO Man of War, number 0. It's a newer comic, and it's like super glossy, metallic. Like kind of like that one that you would buy.
Zen, yeah. Had like kind of a nice liquidy.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it looks really cool, and I was like, ooh, shiny dollar.
Yeah.
Millennium Week 1. Now I had seen this book the last few times we were there, and just kind of passed over. It's in the dollar section, but I really just picked it up because of it's got the who's who in the cover. You've got Batman and Superman and the Flash and both two different Green Lanterns, Mr. Miracle, Dr. Fate. Like it's got Hawkman. It's got
the class group picture.
Yeah,
the school group picture.
But it's got the weird green tint to it. I'll do one last one. This one I thought was going to be crazy stories of like Lex Luthor is Superman or the Penguin is Batman, but it was more. Is it just Silver Age? Yeah.
All right.
And it like
DC Silver Age.
Yeah, the Week 1 Millennium was issue 1 too.
So it looks
this
like
is too.
It looks like when you showed it to me, I didn't think of like, oh, it's the bad guys in their costumes, but it's Batman costume, Superman costume, and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
But it's a black dude in Green Lantern. It's a fat dude in Batman.
It's the
and
Penguin.
It's a bald dude.
And
I get
Lex
it.
Luthor.
Now I get it. But when you showed it to me, I was like, I thought it was just Bizarro World DC.
And I thought that's what it was going to be, but I think it's just retellings of classic Silver Age stories in there.
Okay. Well, that's cool though.
Yeah.
All right. One of the ones I got was it stood out to me just because I used to buy clothes there in the mall. Pacific Sun, Pac Sun. Come on now. And it's a really basic kind of just black and white cover, and then the interior art is very similar, where it's just a lot of but very clean, very solid art. Which this one, even though it was in kind of the the more pricier section. It wasn't taped up, so I was able to open it up and look at it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So Pacific Sun, no idea what it is. Cool drawing of a naked dude, a lot of muscles, dropping a samurai sword.
I assume he just murdered someone.
Maybe. Or he's going to dive in the Olympics, and he realized he still was holding onto his sword, and he's like, I can't hold on to this.
Son of a bitch, I can't dive with a sword.
While I'm doing this. All right, go ahead. So I got this one because it's cool. I like the art. And,
I picked up Squadron Supreme #2. It was in the dollar section. I thought about picking up more of them, but I'm going to see if I can find #1 before I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought #2 is a good place to start, and it's in really good condition for being.
It's a Marvel.
Yeah.
So is it? What is that? Squadron Supreme. So is that like a different grouping of superhero kind of thing?
Yeah, they're like alien, like different aliens that came to Earth, and they're like got their own group, like not the Justice League, but not like the Avengers. But, yeah.
So
they're like sometimes good dudes and sometimes dickbags.
Is it any recognizable characters?
I mean, you would
that you know of.
Hyperion is.
Ooh, Hyperion.
Yeah, he's the guy on the cover.
Oh, it's a he. It sounds like a female name.
So he's kind of like Superman.
Right.
And there's like a Hawkman, or Nighthawk, I think.
Okay.
But he's kind of like their Batman. Like, so it's got different shit like that.
Cool.
Go for it.
All right. So I found a few of, we've gotten these before, the Image First, where it's like Image series where they put out the first issue for people to kind of get addicted to.
Yeah, they're like, here is for $1.
Yeah.
We'll reprint this. And
which you got a couple of them for $1, and then because we weren't in the dollar section, but you know, things happen. So this one was Chew. Kind of reminds me of the art of Sam and Twitch.
Yeah, a little bit.
Even though, was that Image or that Vertigo?
That was
that's Image, right? Spawn? Who's Spawn?
Image.
Okay, then that was Image. Interior art's pretty cool too. Not as dark as Sam and Twitch, but I appreciate it. It looks good. I looked and there's, I guess it's a series that kind of went for a while compared to some of the other ones where I couldn't really find anything. But Chew is one I'm looking forward to reading and possibly maybe getting into, since a lot of the Image comics tend to be.
I've heard a lot about Chew.
Really?
I've heard good things.
Cool. So yeah, so it's, you know, I mean, not that we don't have a shitload of comics and volumes to already read, but you know, new shit's always good
Fucking
too.
new shit's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
knock through a few.
For sure.
Shade, the Changing Man.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you showed me this one, you liked it for the art,
yes.
Right? Now, what it reminded me of, kind of, at least, I mean, a lot of it kind of reminded me of, we don't have anything, examples, really, because pictures kind of show more of it, but Ink and Skin kind of reminded me of his style almost. Maybe not the same subject matter or whatever.
I didn't, like I said, I didn't notice the guy in the electric chair until...
Yeah, I'm mostly talking about from this part up. Kind of reminds me... I don't know. That was like the first thing I thought of when you showed it to me. But it's cool. It's a cool, like, cool look to it.
Yeah,
I mean, all of it, kind of.
That was the $1 pickup, and that's number 1.
What was that? The name of it again?
Shade, the Changing Man.
Shade, the Changing Man. Is that number 1?
Wait,
DC?
The Shade Changing Man?
I don't know, man. What does it say under the DC on the top right left?
Shade, the Changing Man.
Okay. So that's probably that.
Then I picked up $3 books. It was Vertigo number 1, The Sandman Mystery Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's number 1.
So 3 $1 books.
And I really, the artwork inside looks good. Sandman Mystery Theater. Yeah. Same as
It's pretty cool. What's the art look like? Oh, okay. Right.
I really like the interior art too.
Oh wait. That's a fucking ad. Yeah, let me let me show you the first page I switched to.
Oh yeah. You're like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like that's amazing.
Space pirates.
Look at that
boats.
ad. No, but the detail in that's fucking ridiculous. But that's just an ad, so that's not. The art's still cool though.
And for
that would be fucking crazy if there was a comic with that kind of detail.
Yeah.
Jesus,
But
I'm sure there are, but
this is number 2.
cool.
And that's number 3.
Yeah, 3 of 5.
Yeah, and so hopefully I can find the next 2 that didn't have them there. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so this one I picked up. The Humans. It's another Image First.
I've never heard of that. And the cover looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, it's it looks like kind of Sons of Anarchy mixed with Planet of the Apes. It's a bunch of monkeys on choppers.
All right, wait, are the monkeys riding the choppers
Yeah.
or are people riding the
No,
choppers?
I think everybody's monkeys in this.
So it's just monkey people.
Yeah.
Holy shit, monkey.
Yeah. Monkey
Planet
people.
of the Apes biker gangs.
Yeah, it from what it looks like Sons of Anarchy mixed with Planet of the Apes.
Sign me up.
You know, I had a motorcycle for a while. I would love to have one still. It would be amazing to be able to afford a chopper of some sort. But I mean, if it's a good comic, I'm excited to fucking read it. The Humans. This was one that I was looking for, like just in the other sections to see if they had other issues, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Issue 1. Image, The Humans.
Now, this is one that I have been collecting for a while.
Yes, we've both been reading
since the beginning, really. It was in the first batch of comics that I ever bought here.
And when we went to the small...
Yes,
Mile
and it
High
was
Comics,
the number 1.
Right.
We're on number 5.
We read the pre-sequel.
Yeah,
that was it a sequel?
No,
or prequel? I can't remember.
This is like a prequel,
right?
But that was just the same. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
This is Suicider Kings of LA.
Yeah.
Love the cover on this one. Fetus with it's a tattooed fetus with a knife.
Right. That's cool.
Because
Yeah, because you're born with ink.
Because
that's how gangster you are. And a knife. Some people are born with silver spoons. Other people are born with ink and a knife.
The art in this is just amazing.
It's a cool story, too.
It's a cool story. Everyone.
It's like...
I don't think that this is a huge comic either. So get in while the getting's good. Because I have a feeling this one will go on for a while.
Hopefully. I mean...
I wouldn't mind seeing a TV show of this.
It'd be interesting. It definitely, after The Walking Dead's done, they go on to something like that. That'd be cool.
Now, this one, I never shop in the expensive area unless I'm absolutely looking for something.
Yeah. I like that one, too.
So, I saw this, and...
DC?
Yes. It's there's a solo run. I think there's 12 issues, and they're done by different people of different artists on different... And this is a Dead Man.
Okay.
I always kind of like the character. He's dead, man. You know?
Okay. So he's like a zombie?
No, he's like... I don't know. It's hard to explain. He's not a zombie, but kind of.
But he's dead?
Yeah.
Ghost?
Kind of more ghost.
Okay.
But man-ghost.
Man-ghost. So, like...
Zombie. Might as well. And then I was hoping that the inside would reflect the outside because... That's not always the case.
Yeah, that's one of the gambles when you go into the pricier section because they're all usually taped up.
And it really does. Like, I don't know, it's kind of artsy. I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
like
got
it's got different landscape shots. Oh, Jesus. Thank you.
Something like that. Use your hands like a evolved primate. Keith.
I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. It's like got a hand drawn, but then different styles too. Because there's some that are, that reminds me of style wise for legit, especially the cover. Dan Worms. Have you seen the covers that he's been doing?
Yeah.
That style looks so much like Dan.
So
go buy his art on Etsy.
Yeah. So
WROURMS.
Ted Christensen did
Ted
it.
Christensen.
Did the artwork for this. So I just saw it and I was like,
It's cool.
I gotta fucking have that.
Yeah.
Like, and again, I like white covers.
I think, yeah, it's whatever. For sure. Yeah, that was a cool one. I like that one too. Kind of like that the Aramaratato. I don't remember what that one was called. I still haven't read them yet. The two.
Oh yeah.
Aromatatato. I don't remember what it was called.
Armature.
That's what I said. And then I just
Aromatatato. In the wake of the Infinity Crisis, Brave New World. It was $1.
In the wave. Wait.
In the wake, not wave.
Oh, that's the name of it. I thought you
Well,
were like.
I'm
setting
saying
it up.
I kind of read it. It's the
Yeah.
Brave New World.
Yeah.
It was $1. I
thought you were setting it up. Like,
I like the interior. The interior art looks fancy, like the cover art.
Yeah.
So it's not as comic-y inside. Or I mean, it is comic-y, but
it's not
just
as illustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's cool.
So
Brave
thick
New World,
book for
DC.
$1.
So is that's all the high level
That's
people?
all the ones that I bought there, and then last week we haven't done comics since.
Yeah.
I got in a Marvel Zombies 3 issue 1 variant. I'm not sure. So it's a 1 in 25.
They're very rare.
The
They're
book
very
feels
rare.
weird. Feels so flimsy.
They're
Like,
very rare.
Very rare.
It's hard
like
to
a double
find.
pipe classic.
Yeah. Well, just like, I mean, they're not expensive, but they're very hard to find.
Yeah.
They're very hard to find.
And then this one,
That was pretty cool too.
I loved this. It's Superman is a monkey. He's an ape.
He's a gorilla. He's a gorilla.
And
Not just a normal ape. That's a giant gorilla in a Superman
it says
suit.
JL Ape, Guerrilla Warfare.
Now, again, so I forget, you told me about the kind of the premise. So is this Superman is an ape, or ape becomes Superman? What's going on here?
I think that someone started turning people into monkeys,
Right?
and he got turned into a monkey.
Oh, Superman got turned into a monkey.
Yeah, so
He's like faster than a bullet.
I flipped through it.
Right.
I haven't read it yet, so that's
I understand.
That's what I'm getting from flipping
You
through it. I could be
speed read.
totally wrong.
Yeah, you speed read it.
I'm just like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. What's going on here?
What's going on here?
The last one I got, which I couldn't find any other ones either, but kind of just the cover of it and the name reminded me of I Hate Neverland. I Hate Fairyland.
Yeah.
So this is another image first. This is I Kill Giants. Does that seem out of focus? And then the cover's kind of pretty big. Actually, it's all black and white inside. It's all grayscale, but it's still, story-wise, almost still feels like it might be something similar. But I'm still excited for it. But this is one where I didn't get to open it before to see what the art looks like. But
Did you ever show? I don't think you ever showed your Flip Henry art book.
I don't know if I did.
I don't
yet.
think-
I may have. I don't know. But yeah, I'll show it real quick. So anyway, so that's another image. I Kill Giants. Looking forward to it. I actually don't mind the black and white because it's got a little gray wash for some kind of, extra contrast. But we'll see. So yeah, so Flint Henry was the artist of Law Dog. He has a book on Amazon, which you can go through our link at spidersword.com/Amazon to buy. Hellbent, which are some drawings of his and illustrations and stuff that are. I don't think they weren't exactly the same kind of style as.
No. But
as,
my man loves teddies.
Yeah, I was hoping that I'd flip to something with some puffy nipples on it. Oh, this is really cool though. This
He
like
loves titties.
he's like, it's super detailed. So like so much detail to that. And it's like so much stuff, but it doesn't look messy, because you have to look into it to see all the different things. Like a great artist. But I was kind of hoping more for why am I not there we go. I was hoping more for kids. Hide your children's. So yeah, kind of reminds me of cholo art. You know, like guys that would love to paint.
Like on the side of their van and shit.
Yeah, but this is kind of a mix of like that mixed with guys that love heavy metal. That's a great shot right there.
Yeah. I liked it. It was cool. Wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Exactly. But I hope he gets a portion of the proceeds that I spent to buy this book. 'Cause it's hard to find any work by Flint Henry,
and he doesn't have much of a internet presence.
Yeah, and it's hard to find specifically his shit because there's another artist in the comic book world called Henry Flint.
Yeah.
So go fuck yourself with branding and shit like that. Not that I don't have any problems with that already, being named Ray Taylor. But anyway, so that was... Yeah.
That was our comic book fun today.
Yeah. We're going to wrap this thing up with some UMC. But it's always fun to do the comic book talk. So Ultimate Movie Championship, brought to you by Cutthroat Comics, cutthroatcomics.com. Go there, pre-order the new comic book.
Stingray.
He's also got, I think it's available very soon.
Yeah, he's got
a bunch of stuff.
He's got a couple books, a couple kids.
Independent producer, creator, artist. Go support him.
And he needs your help right now anyway. Like,
yeah,
he had to buy a new house, so help him and his kid out.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to buy a new house too, so support us as well. But you could go buy Cutthroat Comics, cutthroatcomics.com, and support a good artist. Buy his shit.
Yeah,
for sure. So we're going to play some Ultimate Movie Championship. If you're new to the show, this is where we go to flickchart.com, which I'm going to use a Google Chrome browser this time. Hopefully less issues. Flickchart.com/IDP. You can check out our top list of movies. So the website gives us 2 movies. We choose which we feel should belong on our top list as an official Inspired Disorder podcast movie list. Yeah, this is what we do. This is how it works. We're going to rank some movies. You want to try? You want to attempt something? You want to attempt a category?
We can try.
All right. Let's do action. Just because... let's see. Genre. Action. Bam. This is way faster. I don't know why, but I like it. All right. So, first up, I don't know if I've seen Iron Man 3. I don't think I have.
It's a Shane Black movie.
Cool.
It's not bad.
Dark Knight Rises. That's the third one.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So Battle Royale. Have you seen that one?
Nope.
God damn. It's good. I don't think I've seen the whole thing, though. The Dark Knight Rises versus Rambo First Blood Part 2. Is this the third one, or is this the second one?
I think it's the second one.
It's the second one? Okay.
It's Rambo First Blood.
Yeah, Part 2.
So I think the first one was Rambo First Blood.
I don't remember.
Who knows?
It seems like that it might be weird.
It's Rambo 2.
Rambo 2 versus The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
I've got to go with Dark Knight Rises, yeah.
Never really... I mean, those Rambo movies weren't my favorite.
The first one was good, but yeah, it was whatever.
I've never seen You Only Live Twice.
I've never either. So Beverly Hills Cop versus
Live and Let Die.
Versus
That's with Jaws. I remember that one.
I've seen it. Fantastic Four from 2005. Never seen it. Batman Begins,
the first of the Nolan trilogy,
versus Beverly Hills Cop. This is not easy.
Batman Begins.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a better movie.
Man,
Beverly Hills Cop
Hills
isn't
Cop's,
that great.
It's far
funny.
as like comedy action movie.
It was funny back then.
I've rewatched it. I mean, it's like comedy action. It's not. It's as far as comedy action goes.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of winners. That's one of the few.
It's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, Batman Begins.
But I mean that same Eddie Murphy character was interchangeable in like 8 movies back then.
But I think that was like one of his best. Reign of Fire versus Pacific Rim.
I like both of these movies.
They're both
both get
entertaining.
shit on.
They're both, yeah. I was not a big fan of Pacific Rim when I saw it. The thing with the two drivers and like it was like
seems
a weird
dumb. You have to, like,
it was really stupid.
Why wouldn't they?
But that was like an issue. Like I could unplug from the rest of the movie.
And they explained why they did it like
but
that.
It was stupid.
But it was stupid.
It was stupid. Rain of Fire. I mean, it's a fun dragon movie. You got Christian Bale. You got fucking other dude. Who is that?
Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Yeah, the dragons get hotter, but they stay the same age, bitch.
You know I hate dragons.
I got promotional barbecuing utensils from Rain of Fire that were super high quality, like a spatula and like tongs, but they were like super thick metal,
like legit.
Yeah, legit. That was probably the best thing that I ever got from that movie. Like I'm not a big fan of either of these movies, but I'd go with Rain of Fire over Pacific Rim. Just because I don't remember anything from Rain of Fire that was like, I mean that one thing with the two. See, I can't even remember the specifics.
I would
of it.
rather go Pacific Rim if we're gonna go monster movie, because I mean dragons are really monsters. But I mean
yeah, but
still,
that's a robot
giant
movie too.
robots fighting giant monsters versus. But
it's just It's just the
McConaughey
whole, like,
and Bale with
what was
axes
happening
and shit.
inside
Like,
the robots was stupid. That's why it's like there was a stupid part of Pacific Rim that
there
I didn't
was.
like.
I like the rest of the movie.
I don't remember a stupid part. Yeah, like I haven't watched Pacific Rim for.
I couldn't tell you too many
years.
specific parts of Rain of Fire either.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing. It's
where
like
he jumps off the thing with the axe. I
can't
remember that shit.
any amazing parts from Pacific Rim. I just
do.
remember there was
giant monsters fighting giant robots.
Yeah, but you can get
interchange
that just from,
and plug
like,
in 5 different
that's not
parts
a
of the
specific
movie.
anything.
That's about as
I saw men fight dragons.
Exactly. That's what we got.
Yeah, but that just came out a few years ago. This is like over a decade ago. So you'd think you'd have, for a movie that you appreciated more, some detailed, I enjoyed these moments.
I enjoyed.
It was just the only thing I remember from that was the annoying
parts. The monsters. Every time that happened.
Which I don't think there were many fights in that. I don't know. I didn't really like the movie, though. Like, I wouldn't want to watch either of these, but just because I haven't seen Rain of Fire in a long time, I'll throw that on. And better actors. I mean, it can't be that bad. I don't know who the fuck's in Pacific Rim. The director was the big selling
Idris
point.
Elba was in it.
Okay.
Guillermo del Toro directed it.
Yeah, I know. The director was the big selling point on that. And it wasn't
giant monsters. And
so where are we going with? Are we really, do we have to go to a thing? I mean, I'd be kind of interested, I guess.
Let's see which shitty movie did better.
All right. So we're going to Rotten Tomatoes to make our decision on the classic debate. What is better?
Rain of Fire.
Was it Ring of
Rain?
Rain of Fire. REIGN. Right? Over me? Oh, are you kidding me? Fire. Rain of Fire, 2002. Christian Bale, Matthew McConaughey, 40%.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Respectable.
I'm okay with that. 40% versus
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim Job. Pacific Rim comes in at
71%.
71. That's astounding. All right, so Pacific Rim, that's crazy. But Rain of Fire may be a dog shit movie. I just don't remember. It wasn't something that was like, ooh, that's a
haven't
great
seen
movie.
The French Connection.
Me either. Lethal Weapon 4. Is that one with Jet Li?
Yep.
Haven't
Haven't seen.
What that is.
That'll be on the stars.
Run. Have you seen?
Haven't seen Run Lola Run.
That's a good one. The Warriors.
Yes.
Versus Lethal Weapon 4.
The Warriors all the way for me.
Yeah, I'll go with
Lethal Weapon 4.
If this was
if
Lethal
this was
Weapon
Lethal
1
Weapon
or 2.
or 2.
Yeah. Maybe 3. I don't know.
3 that would
I don't know. I haven't watched 3 in a while. Broken Arrow versus Kill Bill Volume 1. I feel sorry for Broken Arrow.
Well, I don't know, because John Travolta and Christian Slater.
It's true. If only
and
Cuffs versus.
I'm pretty sure some sort of stealth bomber is what was going on with that.
There was dude steals a stealth bomber. It's like
Like
it's
has a
like
bomb
The
and
Rock, but instead of Alcatraz, he steals a bomber.
And wasn't this that's like one of Travolta's like first bad guys, or wasn't he the bad guy? Was Christian Slater the bad guy?
They're both just bad.
Yeah, that movie was dog shit. And we're
they're
voting
both
for Kill Bill
guys.
Volume 1.
Yeah, it's like
I don't even know why I'm
really
getting
hard.
in depth into that.
It's
in my
really
head.
hard to like
trying to figure it.
just talk about Broken Arrow
Yeah, I've seen it twice.
versus
also.
Kill Bill. Yeah,
I know that I've seen it twice.
I for sure seen Broken Arrow multiple times, but multiple times in the 90s.
Yes.
Versus Kill Bill, I probably haven't even probably seen it about the same amount of times, but at an age where I was appreciating the film.
Yeah.
And not just throwing on an action movie with explosions. Kill Bill, Volume 1. Some people don't like. Some people like Volume 2 more. Ghost Rider with
Nicolas
Cage
versus The Saint.
Versus The Saint with
Val Kilmer.
The Saint.
The Saint. And The Saint is a terrible movie.
I don't even want to talk too much about either of these.
Such
I
a
mean, they're both not good, but The Saint, I mean, the other one's horrible.
Ghost Rider was pretty
bad.
terrible.
I don't think I've ever seen Rush Hour 3.
And I haven't seen Escape
Escape?
2000.
I
Let's
haven't
say
either.
we haven't seen either.
I haven't seen either of these. All right. Aliens versus Predator. I don't mind that poster.
I like that poster.
Versus Interstellar. I mean, have you seen Interstellar? Did you see it?
No.
Oh, well then.
I was almost tempted to just stick with it. All right.
Shaft versus...
We've both seen Shaft,
We
Samuel
both-
Jackson
yeah.
and Shaft,
Yeah.
and Alien vs. Predators finally gets to win one. Tell me you're not voting for Shaft.
I don't... These are both horrible movies.
Terrible. But Aliens versus Predators.
Versus Samuel L. Jackson.
Playing Samuel L. Jackson in Samuel L. Jackson.
Exactly. Better than either Alien or Predator.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Get these motherfucking aliens and these motherfucking predators.
If Sam Jackson would have been in this movie, yes, it would have made it better for that factor.
For sure.
But there are no aliens nor predators in Shaft.
There are predators in Shaft. Sexual predators. Vigilante predators. They prey on vigilantism.
This should
It's
win
a shitty
on
matchup.
poster alone.
This shouldn't... okay.
It's a yin-yang.
Which doesn't make any sense. Since they're both evil. But I'll go Alien versus Predator. Any other Sam Jackson movie is going to destroy Alien vs. Predator.
Oh, shit.
Rush Hour versus Lethal Weapon 2. Rush Hour 1 versus Lethal Weapon 2.
Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah. You got Lethal Weapon 2. I mean, I love Rush Hour.
Rush Hour is based
beat a lot
off
of shit. It's not really. I mean, it's the buddy comedy thing, which has been done. But Lethal Weapon was one of the first, one of the best. I might not be getting too old for this shit, but Murtaugh definitely is. Lethal Weapon 2. Under Siege, the Steven Seagal vehicle, underwater vehicle.
No, that's not
versus,
underwater in that.
It's just a boat. Big Trouble in Little China. That's...
Under Siege is probably Seagal's
That's what we just watched,
best
right?
movie. What?
Big Trouble in Little China, or we also watched Escape from L.A. But is this one where that's the... Which one is that one? Big Trouble in Little China. I always get confused.
It's the one where there's like fucking monsters and shit underground, and
But like he goes gambles.
Lopan.
Yeah, and he has the big truck. He's the
He's a
trucker
trucker.
guy. Yeah, okay. And it's got the fucking Raiden
Yes.
in the alley. Got it. Big Trouble in Little China all day.
Oh
All day.
yeah, but I'm gonna say Under Siege probably Seagal's best movie. Tommy Lee Jones is the bad guy. Pretty sure Gary Busey's in it.
Maybe, but that's not saying much.
No.
But
Big Trouble
yeah, I
in
get it,
Little
I
China
agree.
is one of my all-time favorites, so obviously that wins. But I just
You're all time.
I hate
you
on
gotta
I hate on
complete that.
Seagal
Yeah.
all the time because he's terrible.
He's
and
just not good.
But that's
There's a
probably
reason
one
to.
of his best.
It's his least worst. How about that? So we're going Big Trouble in
Yes.
China. All right. Fucking sucking Seagal's dick. Just for... have you watched San Andreas yet?
No.
Okay.
There's no need to.
It's a stupid action movie. Although Titanic would have been easier. That's a pretty nice Titanic poster. So Titanic... I've never seen Book of Eli.
Wasn't that the one with
Denzel?
Yeah, you never seen that?
Nope. Fuck it. It's based on... It's like, I found the Bible and I'm blind and I can do martial arts or
fucking
some shit.
spoil that shit.
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen it. That's what I know about it.
The Bourne Ultimatum. Is that the third one?
That's not the first one.
Second one?
I can look it up.
Don't.
Okay.
I probably haven't seen it.
Titanic versus... Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just fucking skip it.
I've probably seen all the Bourne movies, but
Well, there's like
they're
5
kind
now.
of one Bourne movie.
Yeah. I heard the newest one is pretty dog shit. I haven't seen Captain of the World.
Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Eagle Eye. Have you seen
Haven't
that one?
seen that shit.
It's the one with the fucking... It's all right. It's better than Titanic.
The one with fucking...
Dirty Harry versus Titanic.
I've seen both of these.
Yeah. I don't really like either of them.
Titanic?
Especially, yeah.
I don't want to watch either. And Clint Eastwood's kind of a cock goblin, so...
Yeah. Does he have that, at least that line, like, do you feel lucky? Is that from this movie?
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, at least there's that line. Right?
Yeah, but I get to see Leonardo DiCaprio die.
It's
Although
true, but you have to wait so
I like
long.
Leo
you
now.
may die.
You do.
You may die before
Like,
he
I
does.
like Leo now, but
he's a
back
great
then
actor.
it was like, fucking
That
Leo.
was just not a very good movie. It's not a very... Let's put this out there. James Cameron, technically, amazing director.
He just wanted to go find the Titanic.
He just wanted to do something. He's like, I want to do the biggest special effects movie ever. I want to make it look like the Titanic.
He didn't shoot himself into space to do research for fucking Avatar, the next 27 Avatars he's making.
Underwater. That's why everything's bioluminescent in that movie.
He went to
for
the bottom
this movie.
of the Marianas Trench.
Yeah. Yeah, Titanic, I guess.
Shout out to Billy Zane. Titanic. What? What happened to that dude?
I don't know. I think he still does
no
some
one's
shit.
giving no shit. No one's fucking giving Billy Zane no play.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Did you ever see Crazy Night? That's a weird movie to be classified as an action.
No and yes.
The Incredible Hulk is the Edward Norton one, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 2008. Ooh. Is it 2008?
Yeah, the Norton one's 08.
Okay.
Because it came out shortly after Iron Man.
So Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, numero 3, versus The Incredible Hulk.
Indiana Jones and the Last
Yeah.
Crusade.
For sure. It's pretty decisive wins on these ones. So we got RoboCop.
Which
I've
the
never seen
sweetest
Wildest
fucking
Bunch.
RoboCop, I haven't either. But
That's
that
right.
is...
It's kind of Matrixy, but going sideways.
I think it's almost Tron meets... fuck you. That's the worst goddamn RoboCop poster.
It looks like
It
bad
looks
Photoshop.
bad photoshopped. His own... Poor Peter
It
Weller.
looks like I don't really feel like doing Photoshop this morning while I'm doing the album art. So
I
I'm just
think
gonna
they...
just
I
make
feel
it
like
work.
they took... 2 different shots from the movie. They took a straight on of RoboCop, and then they took
that's not from the movie, for
mask
sure.
off,
Maybe his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mask off of him from the movie,
But
and then
even- no,
photoshopped it over the
Neither
mask.
of those would have been taken because the movie would have been super low. Those are like post. There's a graphic designer somewhere that they may have used headshots from him. They may not have. Because if you're like a graphic designer and you can just take a photo, then you can adjust lighting the exact way you want. You can adjust the angle the exact way you want. There's no excuse if you can actually take the photo. That's why I enjoy using our random Facebook posts.
His
because
head
it's challenging.
looks like
It's not even centered. It's
in
kind of
like
weird.
giraffe neck.
Like, if
too.
anything, you'd want, like, his chin. His chin needs to be centered, so maybe you just rotate it a notch. Anyway, I don't know. Versus
head's
Enter the Dragon. Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon by
Bruce
far.
Lee.
It's fucking awesome.
That's the mirror one, right? with the claws?
Yeah, and he has the MMA gloves on at one point.
Is that that's the yellow thing? He's got was it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
No, that's the terrible one. That's fucking.
That's Kung Fu. Basically, the video game.
That's
in
the
movie
one
form.
where he died after
differently.
like shooting just that scene, and then they made the rest of the movie with weird fucking.
That's right. And
at one point, there was a picture of him on a mirror, and the guy just like lined up with it for a dramatic shot, and they thought
there's
that
like
works.
a documentary where it's just all the different Bruce Lees that took over.
Have not seen Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
Yeah, me either.
Is that Chris
Mission
Pine?
Impossible 2, which is the worst of the Mission Impossible.
Terrible versus
Bad Boys 1.
Which is maybe Michael Bay's best movie ever.
It was before he completely shit the bed, for sure. Yeah, it was very little Michael Bay-ish. I mean, there's explosions and shit.
Explosions and gunshots.
Filmed way better than
and gratuitous girl shots.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Fine with
I mean,
that.
that's their shit. There's that shit anyway, but it's not like over glossified explosions and shit. Versus MI2, which is, you know, it's
a Michael
slow
Bay
motion.
movie.
No, it's not.
I know,
but
it is.
It's
terrible.
God damn it! What's his name? I can't think of the director's name. He's a Asian dude that came over.
The one that did the original
stylized
Hulk.
Ang Lee? No, it's not him. Not Ang Lee. Ang Lee did like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon shit. He does a lot of more artsy type of shit. I can't think of his name. A lot of slow motion with doves. This dude, and there's the typical scene of his.
Oh, the same guy from
there.
Face Off.
Yeah. Whoever directed Face Off. Anyway, Bad Boys.
Yeah, he does have the dove thing in every movie.
The slow motion, a lot of two gun things with a lot of shiny guns. He has like very similar. So, Kingsman, The Secret Service versus Star Wars Episode 3.
Yes, Kingsman.
Revenge of the Sith. Kingsman is actually a really good movie, despite the fact that Episode 3 is up against it.
Well, we have to do this because Episode 3 is in our top 20.
Yeah, but
and it hardly ever comes up. And it's
even if
not
it wasn't
a great movie.
Even if it wasn't in our top 20, out of these two movies, The Kingsman is a way better movie.
Awesome poster, though.
Yeah. It's almost a pot leaf. All the lightsabers.
Yeah, or something. It's fucking cool.
Kingsman.
Yeah. Kingsman was a good movie.
Yeah. It was fun, actually.
The very end was
it's
weird.
It's like one of the best 007 movies.
I've never seen Sister Street Fighter.
Me either, but the poster looks pretty. Way better than Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Okay, so the best movie based on a video game, Lara Croft Tomb Raider versus Darkman.
Liam Neeson.
I don't really remember Darkman.
You don't remember Darkman?
I saw it I saw it in the 90s.
It's like
somewhere.
all fucked up, but then he develops his skin.
Bandages or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but then he develops his skin where it works for a while, but then it like fucking starts bubbling off his.
I watched it like once.
Darkman wins.
Yeah, Darkman. Lara Croft. Is that she just putting up the index finger? She's not even flipping off the camera. She's like number one. That's stupid.
She's doing the come here.
I guess she's doing this fucking fingering herself. Well, that's weird. Darkman versus Crank. I had to go Crank. That's a weird
Darkman
instant
coming
matchup.
Up. Yeah, again.
Crank was
Winner
great.
Stays On.
Star Wars. That's a crazy Star Wars
That
poster.
is fucking awesome. Thank you,
That's
Japan.
amazing. Here, let's do the... What can I do? No, I don't have it set up. Never mind. I don't want to fuck this
I
up.
don't know World Without Thieves, and this will...
Star Wars 177. That was amazing, though. Fucking, what was that? C-3PO doing, like, the karate stance.
Yeah,
with, like, Japanese lettering kind of floating
like
off
an
of his...
undershot. Like,
cool,
make him look giant.
Badass. Well, it's on video. Star Wars, the OG, versus Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which is the third.
The end of the trilogy.
The last good Indiana Jones movie.
I don't think that there's another one in existence.
That's the last good one. I mean, people could say, but they are not right. Versus Star Wars.
Star Wars.
First Star Wars. Yeah, I go Star Wars too.
The one that started it off.
It'd be very difficult. It was OGs versus OGs.
It would. I would still have to go Star Wars, but in my heart, I would want to punch me.
That's all right. Have you seen Daylight?
Nah.
It's not very good, but neither is Lara Croft.
How'd fucking Tit Raider come back again?
Lara Croft versus Spider-Man 2.
And this is
Spider-Man 2.
This is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
It's
the
this
one with
was
Joey
Dr.
Diaz.
Octopus, Joey Diaz. I have to go Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's any of the Spider-Mans would beat Lara Croft, in my opinion. Even the remakes. Every single.
Now, you haven't seen the original Mad Max, have you?
Yes.
Oh, you
the
did?
very, very first one I did. And it's
terrible.
really slow, and I didn't.
I've never seen Diamonds or
I haven't
Forever.
either. Mad Max could beat something. The very first one. Ooh. Fifth Element versus Mad Max. Oh.
Fifth Element. I love this poster.
You got to talk about some dog shit that I don't really give a shit about. You want to talk about that?
It's a fucking awesome movie, and I don't care what you say.
Great.
It's so good.
But yeah, I like Fifth Element better than Mad Max. That's not saying much for either of them.
Lino Dallas
The poster of Fifth Element was better than anyway. First Batman. Well, not. Well, it's the Tim Burton. No, not Tim Burton.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
But it is a Tim Burton film. Yes.
Batman from 1989 versus District 9, 2009.
Neil Blomkamp versus Tim Burton. First off, this is a great poster too, the Batman poster. Yep. And I saw Batman in the theater when I was a kid. I was fucking 10 years old. Okay. I was in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And it was fucking incredible.
Right.
District 9 was a great movie.
Yeah.
But it's no Batman.
Well, Batman's no District 9 because they're different movies trying to do different things. And,
saying culturally, the weight of the movie, there's more. There was a Batman, the movie serial.
Yeah, but Batman, it's not the first Batman movie.
If you're going to count that one chintzy fucking hour-long fucking Adam West movie.
It's a movie based on another it's not an original idea.
Is. Well, Burton.
No, Batman existed before.
Yeah, but Burton veered way off of the comic books.
District 9 wasn't based on comic books or veer off from comic books. I mean,
District 9's a great movie. I still got to go Batman.
It's different. I think they both come out today. District 9, way better movie than Batman. But that's because Batman came out in 89.
It's limited by the time.
Yeah, I get it. Tim Burton, one of his best movies. One of his least shitty movies that I actually like. One of the better Batmans.
Nicholson was great.
Way better Joker than the Suicide Squad Joker, even though they used the same acid, but it was not at all convincing that there was acid
he was actually
in it.
In the movie. The other one just wasn't in the movie much at all.
Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
No, but the acid
like 5 minutes.
The acid they fall into is not. It's like the least damage. It's like the most comfortable acid anybody's ever been.
Just like, hey, do you like your skin bleached? It's like, oh, cool.
It's nobody. It wasn't even like it wasn't warm. It wasn't cold. There was no reaction to what they were in. Like it's like I'm not even in acid. I'm just hanging out in a hot tub versus full
Looks
of
like paint swirling around me though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go Batman, I guess.
I still really like District 9.
It's a weird thing.
Vicas.
Transporter, the first one, versus I've never seen Fortress 2.
Have you seen Fortress 1? Yes, I've seen Transporter.
Escape from L.A.,
which we just recently watched.
And which I just recently found out that wasn't that great. It's good.
It's
good.
All right.
It's a nice B movie.
Escape from New York is.
This is a weird matchup too because I don't give a fuck. I mean, I guess I kind of appreciate.
I would rather watch Escape from L.A.
But it's like.
But Transporter's not a bad movie.
It's a fun action movie.
But it's also
not like
the start of Jason Statham in a car.
That's fine.
It's the start. That movie.
It's not the fifth one.
It is.
Versus this is like.
But I'm saying like Jason
Statham's
got like 3 other movie franchises that he's in where he's the guy in the car.
Let's talk about Kurt Russell trying to get out of cities. All right. It's
2
not
movies. It's the second one. New York, L.A.
That's 2. This is the second one. Back when that shit was clearly a money grab.
Steve Buscemi's in Escape from L.A.
I don't care. I like Steve Buscemi, but that's not like... This is just disappointing because that's... If I didn't just see Escape from L.A., I probably would be more apt to go with that. But since I just watched it and saw... Oh, you just
that
walk a
surfing
block
scene's
and
terrible.
you go from like... Yeah, there's a lot of terrible things. It's like it could beat a lot of things. And I don't like Transporter. I don't think it's a very good movie. But it's at least like it delivers on action. We're in the action category. You want some action scenes. At least there's a few fun ones in Transporter. Some, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha.
At the end of
You know?
Escape from L.A., though, he turns all the power in the world off.
That sounds like the very opposite of action. Everything stops.
It's a good ending, though.
I guess. I mean, I like Fight Club is way
the
better.
Whole world.
Fight Club's way better because it resets the whole credit everything. Everybody starts from 0.
Yeah,
That's way
as long
better.
as
And
there's
it's got
they're not backed
it's
up
got a good
anywhere.
song, and it's got
That is
it's
a really
not-
good song.
yeah, no,
but
it's-
we're not talking about that movie.
I know. We're talking about these movies,
And I don't give a fuck which
I
one
don't
you-
either. Let's go Transporter then. Neither of these are going on the list. We're so far from the list right now. Oh, U.S. Marshals. I haven't seen U.S. Marshals.
You've never seen U.S. Marshals?
I don't know if I have. What is it?
It's kind of the.
Is it like-
kind of the
is it the
conclusion of
sequel
the
to-
Fugitive?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure that Tommy Lee Jones' character is the same.
Actually, maybe
he's
I did
chasing
see it.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes, I did see it.
yeah.
Yes. There's the outhouse, barnhouse scene in this one too.
Oh, jumping on the top of the train from like an overpass and shit.
Versus one of the best action movies ever made. One of the best acting.
Very,
in an
very
action
cool
movie. It's cool.
poster.
Yep. Lethal Weapon, 1987, written by Shane Black. Yes. You beat a movie. Oh, Triple X versus Hulk.
Ang Lee's Hulk.
Ang Lee's Hulk versus
Jesus.
Vin Diesel's Triple X.
Why are they, when they're bad, they're both so bad?
This is just the genre of action. This is what we get.
Get an extreme new age James Bond versus a video game giant green Hulk. And
This is like our election.
both these-
now.
oh,
Like, I don't give a fuck about
oh
either
my
of these.
god, this is our election. Which would you rather watch?
Which would
Triple X
which would
or
I
Ang Lee's The Hulk?
Which would I rather our culture pursue more? Superhero movies or just stupid fucking X game action movies? Which aren't even like the talent of X Games or the talent of comic book writers. Like the least of both of those two things. It's not very good. It's not looking good either way.
I think this one has to go up to Rotten Tomatoes.
I guess it's
Almost
like it's
to
like
see
one
how
where we
terrible-
refuse to choose.
I don't even want to. Yeah,
And it's
ugh.
like I don't give a fuck about either of these.
Rotten Tomatoes, take me away.
All right, so we got Hulk.
03, I believe.
Yep.
That's 08.
Oh. Hulk. There we go. Eric Bana. Hulk is 61%.
Are you fucking?
That's not. That's. I get it. I get it. It's definitely way better than Suicide Squad.
Oh no, that's not not good.
Versus. What was I looking at? What was the other one?
Triple X. I almost
Oh,
forgot too
Jesus.
because it's so just terrible.
It's not gonna look it up. No, not the return. 02. There you go. 48. Hulk wins it. Not surprised. Don't really care.
I almost am, but I don't care either way.
I mean, Triple X is not good. It's not a good action movie.
Haven't seen either.
Hero's good. Mask of Zorro's.
Isn't that
Whatever.
Banderas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably
both of
seen
them.
it, but
All right. Man of Steel versus Jumper. I'm so tired of action. All right, let's switch it to something else after this. This is horrible.
it's killing
This is
me.
this is like just the battle of shitty movies.
Jumper.
A Jumper. What? They're both not horrible. They're both not good. They're both action movies where shit happens. I enjoy Man of Steel. There's scenes in it that's like first person Superman flying through canyons and shit. That was fun.
To me, Suicide Squad's better than Man of Steel.
I don't. Anything in the same pool as Suicide Squad is in the same bowl of shit. So I don't. They're all dog shit. They're all.
Jumper's at least kind of original.
Yeah, I guess it's I think that's I think Hayden Christensen's the guy in that. Is that he's the guy in that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care. What do you want, dude?
Not.
What do you want to choose? I don't give a fuck. Man of Steel.
Which
I've heard.
I don't know.
Wonder Woman's supposed to be dog
I didn't
shit
mind
too.
Man of Steel. Honestly.
Yeah, I like the
We'll go Man of
fucking
Steel.
I like the flying shots. They're pretty cool shots. That was as far as what was the director's name? As far as what
Zack
that guy
Snyder.
Zack Snyder can do. That's what he can do. Shit like that good. It's just he doesn't do that shit in the movies anymore. He tries to I don't know what he's trying to do. He thinks he's he's a fine artist with film. All of a sudden, no, you're ruining everything. And I heard Wonder Woman's.
He didn't
bad things.
He didn't do that movie though.
No, I know, but it's just another DC property that the trailer looks amazing, but there's a lot of issues with the movie.
I think
that's what I heard.
Yeah, who knows?
Which I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure they probably got reshoots coming anyway, just like every other fucking movie
thing,
on Earth.
Yeah, the one consistent thing with DC movies is it's going to be low. Is they don't seem to put out.
Do you think
very
anyone
good
over
movies.
there at DC's just looking around going, "What the fuck
apparently
is going
Zack
on?"
Snyder is kind of the orchestrator of this universe or something. I don't know. So what we do with Man of Steel?
Yeah, might
All
as
right, Man
well.
of Steel. All right, let's move on to something else since I don't know either of these.
Let's just do all movies
All
and do
movies.
3-4 more.
All right. So we got The Shining versus The Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
I know you don't like The Shining,
it's a top
but I
shelf
do.
comparison, though.
Yeah.
But Moulin Rouge. Well, here we go. Moulin versus Bicentennial Man. I don't know if I've ever seen all of Bicentennial Man.
And I don't believe I've seen all of Moulin Rouge.
All right, so we'll skip both of those. The Hangover 1 versus Austin Powers
1.
International Man of Mystery 1.
I got The Hangover. The Hangover was a great movie.
The first
The
Hangover.
first one, and that's what it is.
Although it should lose
we don't
for
have
the
to.
sequels.
No, we don't have.
It
We're not
should
talking
lose.
about.
As if we were going to judge these franchises,
I'd rather
I would go with
rather
Austin
watch
Powers.
the Hangover trilogy over the Austin Powers.
all you would have
trilogy.
to do is buy the first one and watch it multiple times. That's all you would have to do. You would save money with the Hangover because you don't need to watch the same movie 3 different times. You just watch the same movie.
Yeah, that's what Austin Powers does. Too.
No. It's not actually anything close to Hangover and Hangover 2 and Hangover 3. Although I've never seen Hangover 3. Yeah, Hangover. Gremlins versus Catch Me If You Can. That's an awesome Gremlins poster.
Awesome Gremlins poster. And again, all these posters that we talk about on here, like if you're watching, you will never be able to find them. Don't bother looking. I've scoured the internet.
Never know. Gremlins.
Gremlins all day.
Yeah.
And that's a little Spike Mogwai, and that's Spike Gremlins.
It's a good one. Ooh. Shaun of the Dead versus the Mighty Ducks 2. D2. The Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks was my shit as a kid because I was a hockey player, and there wasn't.
The Flying V.
It
Do
was
the Flying V.
Triple Deke, motherfucker. Oh, Triple Deke the shit out of you. Not
yeah,
really.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead is an awesome movie. So Shaun of the Dead.
Just one more.
Like even late in life, I was hoping for my DUIs they would make me coach a ragtag group of hockey kids into a national championship team.
They don't give you kids for.
Well,
reckless
then you
driving.
should have told me that before I fucking drank.
That's what happens
drove
when you
everywhere.
watch Disney movies.
I haven't seen either of these.
Wind Talkers, which is a dog shit movie, versus Terminator 3, which is a dog shit movie.
I watched about 2 minutes
watched
each.
both of those. Contact versus Kill Bill Volume 1.
I like Contact, but not as
I
much
do
as
too.
Kill Bill Volume 1.
Agreed. Let's do one more.
A lot of people talk shit on Contact, too.
Get
Get out of here, fucking Ang Lee.
All right. E.T. That's a nice E.T. poster.
It looks like balls.
What? Oh. E.T.?
Like-
yeah, upside down.
Like hangy balls.
Upside down.
Yeah.
hanging balls.
Ooh, like And is that like a pink asshole?
It's like
underneath?
if Ari looked like just looked underneath his legs.
Yeah, if he went like this and it was just...
And he looked down.
Oh, yeah.
Because then they'd look upside down. They look like they're flying. So, yeah, we'll go with Ari's balls.
Ari's balls for the win?
Extraterrestrial. All right.
Last one.
All right. Almost Famous versus About Schmidt.
Almost Famous.
All right. That's it. So you can go to flickchart.com/IDP. You can check out all of our movies that we've rated.
Let's see the top 20 because I'm hoping some shit's changed.
Well, one's probably been added.
I'm hoping.
So we're still leading it off. Office Space, Glorious Bastards, Forrest Gump, Home Alone, Toy Story.
How Toy Story... Was it around there before? Maybe you try to use that to knock something off, and it.
I don't know. Toy Story is amazing. I have no
It's a
problem
great
with
movie.
Toy Story being up there.
5.
Okay.
Kingsman
I have
definitely
no
took a jump from off the list.
It's
to
because
6.
it jumped over that.
I wish it would have pushed it down further.
It did. It pushed it down 1. Toy Story, Kingsman, Star Wars Episode 3, Beauty and the Beast, which, that's fine. Get that shit out of there. Neverending Story coming at number 9. Full Metal Jacket, E.T., Memento, The Wizard of Oz, Princess Bride, Terminator 2, Boogie Nights, Speed, Finding Nemo, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and at 20, Walking the Line. Now it's getting better.
It's getting better.
It's getting better.
Let's review what needs to get off the list.
A lot of things. We need to get...
Home Alone shouldn't be that high.
I'm fine with that. Out of all the movies we need to get rid of, I don't give a fuck about Home Alone. I don't give a fuck about Toy Story. I don't think Kingsman should be on our top 20. I don't think Star Wars should be on our top 20. Beauty and the Beast shouldn't be on our top 20. Full Metal Jacket is only half of a good movie.
E.T. isn't even really in my top 20.
That's fine, but I don't mind. It's like, but there's movies
still
I
a
for
classic,
sure do
yeah.
not want on here. Terminator 2 is okay. Boogie Nights, whatever. Speed shouldn't be. Finding Nemo, whatever. Oh Brother Where Art Thou, probably not. Walking the Line for sure shouldn't be on there.
No.
But whatever. We're getting
still
there.
Not bad.
We'll do like another special UMC episode, and we'll go through just our top list, and we'll kind of pop. We'll go through and refine it. That'll be easy.
Yeah, at least.
I mean, Beauty and the Beast versus Memento.
But what about Beauty and the Beast versus Speed?
Speed
on weed.
Speed on weed.
Oh shit. LA Speedweed.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our episode. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to give you some free audiobooks if you like reading but don't have the time. You get some free audiobooks going through our link, inspireddisorder.com/audible. Get a free book, 30-day trial with Audible service. And then every month you get a free book if you stay subscribed. So get an audiobook on us.
Yeah. Educate yourselves, or just
a lot of good
listen to some dumb shit.
It's a free book. You can't go wrong. Just cancel. You get a free book, cancel, you got a free audiobook on us. SpiderSwordPodcast.com/audible. Also, you can get 30 days of free Amazon Prime shipping, like I talked about before. If you already use Amazon, you want to get that shit earlier, you want some other services, get 30 days free of Amazon Prime. SpiderSword.com/Prime.
It's Amazon?
Zamazon. Yeah. It's like fast, like zappy. Z-A-M-A.
Zamazon.
Yeah. It's crazy. SpiderSword.com/Prime. Get 30 days free Prime service. Super fast shipping, on-demand movies, music, TV shows, bunch of extra services. Go check it out. SpiderSword.com/Prime for 30 days free Amazon Prime. Check Keith out on Twitter at KeithSpurlock1. I'm Ray Taylor on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show on Facebook, the Inspired Disorder Podcast Facebook page. YouTube.com/Inspired Disorder. Subscribe, rate, review, share the shit. And that's it, man.
Bye.
Until next episode.
See you later.
1.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder Podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.